Oh, hi! Today we're gonna do another knitting loom project. It's pretty beginner level shit for a knitting loom because I'm terrible at it, so don't be intimidated. Here's what you need. A round knitting loom that will fit over your noodle. Some white yarn and some red yarn. Some scissors and one of those really thick plastic needles. Oh, and probably most importantly, you need one of these weird little hook things. If you watched my video on how to make a Jane hat, a lot of this will be repetitive as far as how to actually do the loops. But for those of you that have not seen it, I recommend going to watch it. I'll link it in the description. I explain it very well in that video, and I don't know how well it will be explained in this video because although I did drink half a bottle of Chi-Chi's Margaritas mix when I was doing that project. So you really can't mess it up. So you want to start by finding the outer peg on your knitting loom and tying your white yarn around that. Okay, great. Step one complete. Next, you're going to start looping the yarn around. We want to make sure that you're looping it this way so that the straight strands are on the inside of the loom and not on the outside. Go ahead and do a loop around every peg until you come back to this one. Once you're done that first round, I like to push that whole row to the bottom of the pegs and then loop around that last peg you just did, and you're going to start a second row. Go all the way around. Now you take that weird little pirate hand hook you have and start lifting that bottom row up over the top of the peg. So that should leave you with only one row on all of your pegs. Just go around the whole damn thing. Now do that same thing and push all of that stuff down to the bottom of the pegs. As you can see, you already have the bottom row done from where you hooked everything over. So now it's just a matter of starting on that last loop and just working your way around the whole thing again. You're just going to repeat this whole process of adding a row. One thing I always seem to forget because I'm super smart is once you have a couple of rows going on here, you can go ahead and take that first knot off. You will want 8 rows of white. And then this is where things get technical. You want to make sure you have all of your pegs counted. This particular loom has 36 pegs, which is great. I want it to be divisible by 4 because we're going to be kind of doing like an 8-bit pattern into the hat, and it's gonna seem complicated and it's gonna be really tedious and a pain in the ass, but I promise it will look awesome. So once you start your 9th row, you're going to do 5 loops of white. Go ahead and hook that last loop over it. So then you're going to cut this and tie on your red yarn. So then take your red yarn and then do 3 loops and then cut it, tie it together, go back to white. Once you finish that row, doing 6 and then 3 and then 6 and then 3 and then 6 and then 3 and then 6 and then 3. Obviously make sure all your loops have been pulled over. Then your next 3 rows are going to be the same. And you're going to do 4 white, 5 red. 4 white, 5 red. And just repeat that. So instead of 3, I actually did 5 rows of the wider pieces of red. And then I did 1 more of the little rows. That first one where you do 6 white and 3 red. Once you get past that part, as you can see I jumped ahead a little bit, I did 8 more rows of just white. And now the last part, you're going to do 3 rows of just red on the top. You get that 3rd row done, cut off your yarn with like a foot of excess left, the very end of your red yarn through the crochet hook. You're actually going to be pulling all the loops off of the hooks as you go around. You go ahead and pull that excess really tight. Close up the hole at the very center of the top of the hat. So once you pull that yarn through the top of your hat and tie a knot on the inside, then tighten and snip off all the ends on the inside from where you had to knot off all the colors to change and everything. You have a little toad hat. A lot of the things that I make either go to you guys or to my niece and nephew. Mr. Banana Jammin', I hope you enjoy this hat. It's a little too small for my head, but I have a giant noggin.